Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Welcome to the Traveling Tarot. This is your daily psychic forecast for Sunday, August 25th, 2019. My name is Stephen Dillard Carroll. How are you doing this morning? How has your weekend been so far? What did you do yesterday? What kind of mischief and shenanigans did you get up to yesterday? Um, did you get a lot done? Did you reach out to people that truly mattered and tell them that you loved them yesterday? If you didn't, maybe you should. Did you get a lot of chores done? Did you get a lot of errands ran? Um, what happened yesterday? I'm curious. Be sure to comment down below and let me know how your Saturday went and how your Sunday is going so far. Me personally, if you're watching this on Sunday morning, I am about to head out to the Cannabis Cup, where I did readings yesterday from 12 to 4, and I will be doing readings again from 12 to 4 today at the Cannabis Cup here in Oklahoma City. And there are still tickets available. If you'd like them, please do check out the link right down below. And check it out and get your tickets online. And there will be tickets available at the door from what I understand as well. So if you're in the Oklahoma City area and you want to come and see me in person, do come out to the Cannabis Cup and say hello. So that's what I am getting up to this morning if you're watching this on Sunday morning. Please do comment, like I said, down below and let me know how your weekend is going. And while you're there, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to this channel. We love new subscribers, and share it. Share it with your friends and neighbors. Say, hey, this traveling tarot guy really knows his stuff. Check him out. And I would be ever so grateful for that. Thank you. And thank you for those of you who stop by every day to check me out. I really, really do appreciate that. Today is all about love. Love, love, hooray for love. Who was ever too blasé for love? So today is our love reading. Sundays are all about love. Every Sunday, that's what we're going to focus on is love. And yeah, we may touch upon love during the week, but Sundays are special because we do our love forecast for the week. And so that's what we're going to do today. This is a reading for the collective today. And as always, my hope and sincere wish and prayer for each and every one of you is that you glean something good and positive from all my readings, regardless of your present circumstance. And at the very least, I hope that when you finish this video, you will finish it feeling empowered, emboldened, and ready to make those good and positive changes in your life that will allow you to live your best life possible. So, with all of that being said, let's get into the love storyline for this week. What is this week going to show to us in all matters of love, whether that be love for someone else or love for yourself? So let's take a look on our first and our main thoroughfare for this week. Our main thoroughfare for love this week is brought to us by the Page of Gabriel. There it is, the Page of Gabriel. And the Page of Gabriel is energetic, brave, optimistic, and playful. Follow your passion. You're ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement and adventure. Well, all right. All right. So that is the main thoroughfare for this week. It sounds as if it's going to be a lot of fun, and get ready for adventure, I suppose. That sounds fun. I hope that that will manifest for each and every one of us this week. So let's get into the two subplots for this week, our two subplots of love this week. And our first one is brought to us by the Five of Raphael. Five of Raphael. There it is. And it says, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. Yeah, I like that. Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. I like that. I like that a lot. And finally, our last subplot for the week is brought to us by the Queen of Ariel. There she is. The Queen of Ariel. And the Queen of Ariel is mature, practical, generous, and happy. Nurture yourself and those you love. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Practical and wise advice. So, there we are with the Queen of Ariel, and that's our main theme for this week. So in regards to love, let's start off with the Page of Gabriel. Again, energetic, brave, optimistic, and playful. Follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge. Opportunities for excitement and adventure. Very often, we, as humans, or as spirits in human form, take ourselves so very seriously. The Page of Gabriel is advising us to lighten the hell up. To be energetic, to be brave, to be optimistic, and be playful. Optimism and playfulness are not heavy energies. They're just not. They're light energies. And when we're taking ourselves so seriously, we can even take our optimism and our playfulness so seriously that it weighs us down. It keeps us from being able to move and be in the flow as we should be. Instead, we're weighted down like an anchor at the bottom of the ocean. When in fact we could be skipping along the rim, the top of the ocean, like dolphins playing. The Page of Gabriel is saying we really do need to rediscover our playfulness. We really do need to rediscover our optimism. And by the way, optimism and playfulness can cover all sorts of different areas, but we're talking about love today. The Page of Gabriel is advising us to be optimistic about our prospects. And if we are in a love relationship this week, perhaps this week is the time to say, hey, honey, let's go on a date night. Let's do something adventurous. Let's do something wild. Let's do something playful. Let's do something that will make us giggle for the rest of our lives at random moments when we relive this particular moment in our head. It's saying for us to be light. And when it says follow your passion, you know, we talk a lot about passion here, and rediscovering our passion, and rediscovering that things that make that bring us joy. When when we rediscover our passion, it's not a heavy thing. Things that bring us joy are light. When we go back to our childhood, which we talk about a lot here as well, for those of us that perhaps are not sure what our passions or are not sure of where our joy lies. I always encourage people to go back to their childhood to remember what brought them passion and what brought them joy when they were children. And none of that is heavy. None of it is. Sure, during our teenage years, we may have gone through that depressive emo period, but by and large, our passions as a child, or as children, and our joy as children was very, very, very light. And we encourage you this week, as far as love, to find out, to rediscover what made you passionate about this relationship, what made you excited about this relationship, what brought you butterflies about this relationship. And all of that is light energy. And then we move into, you are ready for any challenge. When we are bogged down with heaviness, when we are just weighed down with the seriousness of life and the heaviness of life, sometimes we're not able to bob and move. And I did this kind of movement earlier in the reading, because when we're bogged down, we're not able to do all of this. We're not able to do all of this nonsense that I'm doing right now. We might be ready for any challenge, but we're not ready to work with any challenge that happens. And with the page of Gabriel, and especially when we're dealing with other people, and we're talking about love today, when we're dealing with other people and we're dealing with love energy with other people, if we're bogged down with the seriousness of the matter, it makes it harder for us to meet people where they really are. Because we're so bogged down, but they may not feel that same way, or they may be as bogged down as we are, and then we're kind of stuck. And so the page of Gabriel is advising us to be light and to let go of those heavy chains and that albatross around our neck. And finally, opportunities for excitement and adventure. And we just touched upon that. Time to go out on date night and make date night memorable. So that's what the page of Gabriel is telling us today. The Five of Raphael. The Five of Raphael is expressed in the Rider-Waite deck as the Five of Cups. And what this is saying is that everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. This may be for those of us who are either going through a breakup or have gone through a breakup, or have settled into the cynicism of the aftermath of that breakup. And some of us live in that cynicism instead of searching for the reason behind it, instead of searching for the life lesson behind it, instead of searching for the opportunities to grow and evolve. For having gone through that, maybe some of us live and are comfortable in the cynicism that perhaps that awful breakup or that awful disillusion of a partnership brought. Everything happens for a reason. And yes, that is a cliche, and yes, that and no, that probably does not help anything. But I think what the Five of Raphael is saying is that yes, everything happens for a reason is probably not the most sage advice that you can pass on to someone, but being able to learn from it, being able to see what the life lessons were, being able to move forward from that home of cynicism into another home of acceptance and another home of growth and evolution, is something that the Five of Raphael is strongly encouraging us to do today. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Again, very often, and again we're going to mention the Five of Cups in the Rider-Waite deck, very often we focus in on what we've lost rather than what we actually have gained. And it's time perhaps for some of us to release the regret that goes along with that. It's time to release the loss that went along with that. It's time to stop reliving the past over and over again like a broken record. Records are what digital downloads were for the youngs out there. The olds know what records are, but the youngs, unless they're into vinyl, don't know what I meant by records and a broken record or a scratched up record. This is saying that that perhaps that cynicism, and even that perhaps that it doesn't even have to be cynicism. Maybe it's just, maybe for some of us it's a, I believe in love, it just isn't going to happen for me because I opened myself up to love once or twice or 10 times, and I leaned into love and I loved this person like I've never loved this person, loved anyone else, and I did that, a few dozen times in my life, and or even once in my life, and look at the outcome. It doesn't even have to be a cynicism. It can be general just giving up on love. And the Five of Raphael is really strongly encouraging us not to give up on love. Love is there for everyone. I firmly, firmly believe that there is someone out there for everyone. And that person is looking for you as much as you are looking for them. So, and it makes it harder for that person to find you or for you to find them if you're stuck in the past, if you're stuck in that cynicism, if you're stuck in, well, I believe in love and love is wonderful for other people, but it's just not in the cards for me, then you're actually blocking yourself from actually receiving that kind of a blessing ever again. And yes, it's painful, and yes, it's hard, and yes, it is a vulnerable place that you would have to consciously put yourself back into. But how brave, how courageous, how strong of you to choose to be vulnerable again, to choose to love again. It is so easy to decide, I need to protect my heart. I need to protect me at all costs because the last time I opened myself up, I was crushed. And now that my heart has mended, now that I have mended myself, I don't want to chance it ever again. That's the easy road. The universe is asking us to perhaps choose to be courageous, choose to be brave, choose to be vulnerable, choose to love again. It's easier said than done, and ladies and gentlemen and non-conforming genders out there, I get it. I get it. I get it intimately. I get it because I'm probably going through that same thing. But let's try to be courageous this week, huh? Let's try to open ourselves up just a little bit this week. Let's try to be vulnerable just a little bit this week. and see what that brings us. Finally, the Queen of Ariel. Nurture yourself and those you love. The ability to make anything more beautiful, practical, and wise advice. The Queen of Ariel is represented by the Queen of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite. And I believe what the Queen of Ariel is saying is to take care of yourself. Again, loving yourself unconditionally. Loving yourself like you have never loved anyone else before. And I say this very often, that like attracts like. If you are loving yourself unconditionally, you are attracting other people that love themselves unconditionally as well. And when you do that, you're vibrating at a higher level. You're immediately vibrating at a higher level, and maybe you'll make that connection with someone that is vibrating on the same frequency that you are. But that ability to nurture yourself and love yourself and make your surroundings beautiful, making your surroundings a manifestation of how you live and or how you feel about yourself and the energy that you want to project. And I'm going to get a little bit practical here, and then I'm going to tell you a really, really quick story. I am not a good housekeeper. Yes, that seems to be very strange coming from a gay man, but it is true. I am not a very good housekeeper. I will let my house go to pot. And here about maybe a month and a half ago, I was looking at my house, and I've been working on I love me unconditionally, and chanting that mantra over and over again. And I freely and fully accept and receive unconditional love because I'm worth it, and I freely and fully give unconditional love because we're all worth it. So I'm in that flow every day, and I'm looking around my house and I'm like, this house does not reflect unconditional love at all. This house is a mess, and so it's time to clean it. And for the last month and a half, I've pretty much kept this house clean. And I'm proud of that fact, because I'm just not the only domestic thing that I love to do is cook. And I just love it. I love getting in the kitchen and creating stuff. But as far as other domestic issues, I just can't. Laundry, cleaning, all of that, there are 1,000,001 different things I'd rather do than do all of that, and at least 1,000,000 of them involve sitting on my ass and watching television. So, but the bigger point is, once I started cleaning my house and keeping it clean and being conscious of that fact, more financial opportunities came my way. I have been saying now for probably the last 2 months that I'm in the flow. I am in the flow, and I am so grateful to actually be in the flow. And when your house is clean, energy flows more easily through your house. Dark energy loves mess. Dark energy loves clutter. Dark energy loves dirty. Dark energy loves that energy, that I don't care energy. Light energy loves a clean home. Light energy loves to be able to flow freely. And when you don't have all the junk and the mess in your home, your energy-wise, light is flowing more freely. I open up the windows to my home. There is no lighting. I don't have artificial light to do these readings. It's all natural light. and I make a conscious choice to allow light into my home to brighten my home. And so bringing it back to the Queen of Ariel, it's important for us to make our surroundings a reflection of how we feel about ourselves on the inside. If our outside situation is dirty and cluttered and disorganized and up in the air and has a feeling of I don't care, then that's a reflection of who we are on the inside, by and large. It's not always that case, because there are people and situations out there, maybe you're one of them, that your outside circumstances not reflect who you are on the inside. But by and large, for most of us, it does. And so the ability to make anything more beautiful, make your outside as beautiful as you consider your inside. And again, nurturing yourself and those you love, being able to nurture yourself and love yourself makes you feel more beautiful on the inside, and the natural reflection of that would be a beautiful outside. So I just encourage you to make your home, make your work situation, make wherever you spend a lot of time, make that beautiful. And practical and wise advice. I think I'm giving you practical and wise advice today, and I hope that you're taking it, and I hope that you're applying it, and I will do the same as well, because I feel like I'm preaching to the choir for this reading today. I feel like I am teaching myself as much as I'm teaching you today. So this is our lesson for this week. Not to take love so seriously, not to take ourselves more as seriously, following our passion, making a date night, being wild and crazy, and being light enough so that you can maneuver more freely in a relationship. The Five of Raphael, for those of us that are on perhaps the darker side of love, to know that everything happens for a reason. It's time to let go of the past and focus on the future, and one of the bravest things that anybody could ever do in any lifetime is choose to be vulnerable and choose to believe in love again. And finally, the Queen of Ariel, to love yourself unconditionally, and make your outside circumstance a reflection of that unconditional love that you have for yourself. There you go. Thank you, universe, for this lesson. Thank you, universe, for this teaching. I hope and I pray that we all take something from this and apply it to our lives. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the week, and see if the universe has anything specific that they'd like to impart to us this week. We'll do a 3-card spread. The first card will be the beginning of the week, the second card will be the middle of the week, and the third card will be the end of the week. So let's give this another shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And then we'll cut it into 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's see what the universe wants to tell us. Beginning of the week, middle of the week, end of the week. Alright, so the beginning of the week is brought to us by the King of Pentacles. There's the King of Pentacles right there. And it's in the upright position, which tells me in regards to love that there's going to be a lot of success. in regards to love. I get the feeling that regardless of your circumstance, whether you're with someone, whether you're single, whether you're entering into a new relationship situation, or whether you've been in a relationship situation for forever and a day, I see success. And I see that that success has to do with self-love. I see that this success has to do with I am going to love myself more so that I have the capacity to love someone else more. I'm going to love myself enough, or I'm going to love myself unconditionally so that I am able to love my partner more deeply and more unconditionally. I am going to love myself unconditionally so that I attract that energy into my life. I feel like there may be some of you out there that have decided that this week is the week that you are going to change your mind and your attitude about love. I feel like this is the week that some of you are going to decide this is the week for me to evolve and to change and to grow. And the universe is on your side for this. The universe is saying, yes, now is the time to do that. Please, please, please do it, because the beginning of the week spells success for you in that regard. Then we move to the middle of the week, which is the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position. There's the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position. Usually when the Five of Pentacles is in the upright position, it means it means a hard time. It can mean it can mean a loss of finances. It can mean a loss of resources, and not realizing the resources that we actually have around us, and or refusing the resources that we have around us. But when it's in the reverse position, it can mean that that part of our lives is over. It can mean that we are actually reaching out to other people. It can mean that we are actually reaching out to the resources around us. And it's actually a natural outcome of the King of Pentacles. If we're loving ourselves more, if we've decided to make that change within us and we're working on that change within us, then all of a sudden things start opening up for us. All of a sudden there are people around us that are on that same path. All of a sudden there are resources and opportunities and chances for us to grow and evolve that aren't just about us, but are about perhaps the people around us. So I feel like the middle of this week might bring expansion for some of us. It might get us out of our shells. It might let us release the Five of Raphael. Releasing regret and embracing the opportunities for happiness. I feel like it's a natural outcome of loving ourselves more. We're going to want to get out there and embrace life more. And maybe not even for love purposes for someone else, but because we're like, I'm tired of sitting at home. This is not serving my best interest. I'm not vibrating at my highest level when I'm just sitting at home and I'm in my own shell and I'm protecting myself because I'm afraid. I feel as if this week we're going to end up taking baby steps, and when we do, I feel as if opportunities are going to flood our way, and we will be have an embarrassment of riches, if you will, when it comes to expansion, growth, and evolution. So that's what I see for us for the middle of the week. And for the end of the week, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. And there it is. Love can be a very spiritual thing. Love can, when we love someone or we love ourselves, it can deepen and broaden our spiritual experience. And whenever the Eight of Cups comes up, it says that we're going on a journey. We're going on a spiritual journey. We're going on a journey of our emotions. We are deepening our capacity to feel and to experience. We're deepening our ability to become better spirits. We are on that path. And I just get that by the end of the week this week, we are going to end up in a much deeper spiritual space than where we were when we first started the week. You know, I feel as if it'll be more holistic for us, in as much as, yes, I am trying, some of us may say, I am trying to love myself more. I'm trying to be brave and to be vulnerable with other people. I'm trying to make my outer circumstance a reflection of what I feel about myself on the inside, but at the same time, it's deeper than all of that. All of this is, it's not necessarily surface, but I feel as if the Eight of Cups is saying, we can go deeper. And so I encourage you that if the Spirit is encouraging you to go deeper as far as your spirituality is concerned, to allow that to happen for you this week. So there you go. There you go. What a wonderful, beautiful, inspiring reading love reading for this week. So I do wish you guys all the best, and we will grab a love affirmator, because we've been talking about love this week or today. So we'll grab our love affirmator and give it a few shuffles. And let's cut it into three. 1, 2, 3. Bam. Bam. And our love affirmator today is brought to us by independence. Independence. And it says, I embrace total independence, and I see how empowering that is. Even when I'm in a relationship, I can still be independent by meeting my own needs and creating my own happiness. When I do that, I'm the fullest version of myself, and I have much more of me to give without needing pieces of me in return. Interesting. I embrace total independence, and I see how empowering that is. Even when I'm in a relationship, I can still be independent by meeting my own needs and creating my own happiness. When I do that, I'm the fullest version of myself, and I have much more me to give without needing pieces of me in return. Beautiful. So what that's saying for us today is for us to remember who we really are. Page of Gabriel, following your passion. We often talk about going back to what brings us happiness, what brings us joy, what drives us, what gives us passion. Remembering who we really are and embracing who we really are, and not allowing who we really are to disappear when we are in relationships. And finally, loving ourselves unconditionally, which leads us into my affirmation for you, my everyday affirmation for you, which is to love yourself. Love yourself fully. Love yourself completely. Love yourself wholly. Love yourself unconditionally. Love yourself first and foremost. And when you do, everything else will fall into line. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. I wish you all love, and I wish you all unconditional love. I will see you tomorrow.